Okay, it's been a very long time since I've done an old-fashioned telephone video pitching, whatchamacallit, up on Cheddar. But you may remember from my last video, my last camp on Dartmoor, I pitched the Mountain Laurel Designs Cuben Trailstar a bit higher to get the internet to fit, and I didn't get a very good pitch on it. There was a lot of flapping going on, and I was pretty convinced that the guy lines were too short, and I wanted to put longer guy lines on and just see whether that was the problem. And as you can see, as the saying goes, longer is better. So I just thought, I've not got my camera with me, so this really is, and this isn't a pitching video, but this is just a quick once round this shelter, because I know a lot of people ask questions about pitching it and keep nagging me because I really must do a proper pitching video one day. I've put the pacer pole in. Unfortunately, as you can see, it's like me, it's a bit skew with. It's not straight. You can't really tell on this angle, but it's not straight, so that's not very good, but that doesn't matter. I'll measure the length of my pole when I get home, and I'll put that in the comments below or something like that, but I'm guessing it's about 1m25 to 1m30, and I'll just upload this directly from the phone. Just keep it quick and simple for this one. But as you can see, with the longer guy lines, everything apart from this little bit here, that's the only bit that I've got a little bit of excess flap going on, but everywhere else, as you can see, this is pitched way off the ground and is by far the highest that I've ever successfully pitched the Cuben Trailstar. And I know, pitching the Cuben Trailstar is and was a major challenge for me, and going by some of the questions that I get asked for other people as well. Obviously, I lengthened the guy lines on the corners, 5 of them, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't do these points here because I just wanted to see really whether that line would work. So of course now I will lengthen those lines. I've done the lines at, I think they're about 3.5 feet. In all honesty, that's enough, and obviously it depends on how much line Ron sends out. I would probably actually err on the side of caution, and if you want to be pitching this any higher than 125, 130 centimeters, then I would be putting probably 4-foot guy lines on the corners. You could probably get away with shorter lines on the midpoints. That line is about 18 inches, who matron, and obviously you can see that one is, it's not long enough, but you wouldn't need as much on the mid tie out points. And as you can see, all the panels are tight, and again, of course, you wouldn't pitch this high in the winter, but by putting the longer guy lines on, it does give you the option of using, higher with the inner. So I hope this little rather impromptu video may help, and really pitching it It is easy, really. The difficulties that I was finding when I was very first pitching it is basically what I was doing wrong is I was moving these corner points too far this way towards me. So of course when I was trying to get sort of bits tight, I was basically moving everything to the front. And then of course this one here, I was trying to move too far to the front as well, and it didn't work. So really, you want to keep the guy line in a direct line with the ridge line, pretty much. So you can see that guy line is actually a bit out. But basically you want to be keeping the guy lines in a straight line with the ridge line or the seam line. Don't be taking things at odd angles, which is where I was going really wrong when I was first trying to pitch the Cuben Trailstar. And once you've figured out how to pitch the Cuben Trailstar, and again you can see I've brought that one around. You see, I think I tried to compensate for tightening it up, but you don't need to be doing that. You really should be fine keeping everything in a straight line. And as you know, I've been using this now for the last 1.5 or 2 years, and I haven't touched the Sil Nylon Trailstar. I know there are plenty of other lightweight shelters out there. My opinion, for what it's worth, while Lassie digs holes. Lassie, there's no water here, so she's digging holes now. My opinion, for what it's worth, is I really sticking my neck on the block. For its weight and size, I don't think anything touches the Cuben Trailstar. I really don't. You know, and you can pitch high, low. I've used it in high winds on Dartmoor. I don't think there's anything out there that touches this shelter. But, that's a high pitch of the Cuben Trailstar. And I say, I would probably be tempted to make those guy lines 4 feet and get that angle even steeper. But you won't be pitching it this high in bad weather, don't forget. You'll be pitching it much lower. When you pitch it in the winter, go for about 1 metre, 1.10 m. And then of course, I know you've obviously got a long guy line here. Just shorten it with the line lock. And obviously the peg, which of course at the moment is probably 2.5 feet away from the shelter. Obviously then you just shorten the same guy line off, and then you just have the peg probably a couple of inches away or something like that. Right, well that turned I can't ever do anything quickly, can I? Quickly and succinct, I don't. So that's 8.5 minutes nearly. I hope that's of benefit and help to people who are looking at this shelter, and this is sort of a halfway house to pitching it. Thanks for watching.